What's going on, guys? It's your boy Potion. Hope you've been sipping that water, man. Welcome to a new video for this channel. Now I'm going to show you guys the best way to receive the Not Forgotten, man. It does take you a while to get here. It took me about 3 days of grinding Crucible for like 12 13 hours non-stop. I did it fairly quick in 3 days. Started from nothing. So first things first, you want to pick up the quest. You gotta get Luna's Howl before you can get Not Forgotten. So you want to go to the tower, head to the tower, and talk to this guy right here. His name is Shax. Everybody loves Shax. He gives you a few quests. I say pick them all up. The mountaintop quest, recluse, all of that. Pick it all up because you're gonna be using some of those weapons in this video. Like the recluse will be a really good weapon. Once you've picked up all those, you want to jump back into orbit, go to Crucible, and then click on Survival Freelance if you're playing solo, or Survival if you have a team. And you want to play. You don't necessarily have to make progress on the quest step if you're not comfortable with hand cannons at right now, because you're going to be playing a lot of people who are going to be using Air and Till, Revoker, Recluse, things like that. So make sure that you have a loadout that you're comfortable with. Don't worry about what the quest step says. And what you want to do is focus on hitting Fabled. First step, focus on hitting Fabled, man. Once you reach Fabled, then start working on the quest steps for your Luna's Howl. Now, if you are comfortable using hand cannons and you feel like that's what you like to use in Crucible, then go ahead, by all means, use your hand cannon while grinding up there to get Fabled. But if you are not comfortable with that, man, do not stress yourself over the hand cannon part yet. Hit Fabled, use gear you like to use, voila. Now once you reach Fabled, you do have to do the hand cannon part. So if you're not comfortable with hand cannons, I say just, you know what I mean, don't worry about your rank. Just jump in there and try to get used to using hand cannons. Hand cannons like the Ace of Spades is the one I use a lot to get the kills. It's a really good hand cannon, probably the best hand cannon in the game as of right now, because if you do get a kill with the perk Memento Mori, when you reload your magazine, you get 6 extra damage bullets. So you get 6 bullets that do extra damage, and it turns your Ace of Spades into a 2-tap, which is the fastest TTK for a hand cannon in the game. If you hit a Guardian 2 times in the head with Memento Mori, they instantly explode. So make sure you do have this. Why do I not have it on Crucible Check? Make sure you do have this weapon. If you're not comfortable with Ace of Spades, I say grind for a Trust or Spare Rations or a Service Revolver. You can get all those from different places. You can look it up in the collections. I do know you get Service Revolver from turn-in packages from Zavala. You can get a Spare Rations from Gambit, I believe. You can get a Trust from Gambit as well. I use the Trust because it's solar as well, and I was getting a bunch of headshots with it. But yeah, when you get to the hand cannon part, you have to do that, grind that out. And to make life easier, depending on what class you pick, man, so for a Titan, I have found the best exotic to use. It's One-Eyed Mask. If you don't know what One-Eyed Mask is, you haven't played Destiny Crucible. One-Eyed Mask basically is if you get shot by somebody shoots you and you kill the enemy that shot you, you get an overshield and a damage buff. Really, really good for Crucible, because you can take on a bunch of enemies if you're good enough and your weapon's strong enough. Take on a bunch of enemies and knock them out with that One-Eyed Mask. I have found that to be the best exotic to use for Titans. Now when it comes to Warlocks, I found the best exotic to use was Ophidian Aspect. Ophidian Aspect is a pair of arms. I don't have it on my Titan obviously, but it's a pair of arms that increase your ready stow speed and overall mobility. So throw on Ophidian Aspects, really buffs your weapons, your reload speed, all that good jazz. I love to do that. When it comes to Hunters, I have found the best exotic to use was Wormhusk Crown. That dodge gives you health back. So if you're a hunter, use that Wormhusk Crown, get that health back every time you dodge. It's like basically an overshield like One-Eyed Mask. It's really good. Another thing you can use as a hunter is a Foe Tracer. I like Foe Tracer as well. Foe Tracer is really good. But those are the exotics I found best to use per class. Now you can use whatever you're comfortable with, but if you don't know and you're here for this video completely trying to figure out how to do this and you have no clue, I say use those. Moving on. Mods. You need mods. Now, I'm going to show you guys the mods you need for this quest. The mods you need. So we're going to go to the helmet. These mods are mandatory, okay? You need precision weapon targeting. That increases your bullet magnetism for hand cannons. Lets you get those headshots a little bit easier. Get precision weapon targeting. These are mandatory, guys. When you come to the arms, you want enhanced hand cannon loader. This is mandatory. This is mandatory. It greatly increases reload speed of hand cannons. Now, if you don't know where to get this blue one that only costs 1 energy, it's on your Gate Lord's Eye. So if you don't have the season pass, you can't get this one. I don't believe you have to farm for a different one, but it's in the 3rd tree and it's at the top right here. You need the enhanced hand cannon loader. Need that. 1 energy for enhanced is insane. That is required. When you come down to here, unflinching hand cannon aim or light arms aim is required. You need one of those. I don't have hand cannon aim, but you need an unflinching light arms or hand cannon. So whenever you get shot by enemy guardian, throw on this mod and it will reduce the knockback effect and it will let you hit your headshots a little bit easier, and it will also synergize with One Eye Mask. So whenever an enemy shoots you, if you're in a gunfight, you get that health back and you're not knocked back as much with that mod on, and you kill him, get your overshield, your damage buff, and you move on. Now down here, traction is mandatory. You need traction. Traction is mandatory. Traction is a really good buff. Destiny purposely slows your turn speed down whenever you are sprinting. With traction, it takes that debuff away and you turn like a normal human being. That is really important for mobility as a Titan, especially if you want to run away from guardians who are shooting you, or if you just want to get to a point quicker. Traction is important. I also slapped on light arms dexterity. It helps with my radiant stow speed for hand cannons. That's not as important, but you can use it and it buffs your hand cannons even more. And I had the spare what's it called, enhancement cores to get it. So slapped on light arms dexterity and kept it moving. Moving on. Now this part is not mandatory, guys, but it is really good if you have it. So there is a perk called Thunder Coil in the game. So if you get Thunder Coil, it is in the Vex Gate Lord's Eye right here. It's 6 energy cost, grants bonus damage for all arc melee abilities, and refunds super energy on finisher final blows. So basic, what it does is if you break an enemy's shield or a combatant shield, you kill them, you get a perk called Knockout, right? What that perk does is it turns your melee ability into a 1 punch. So let me rephrase that. When you kill an enemy, all you have to do is melee people to kill them. So if they're pushing you and they're rushing you with a shotgun or a recluse, all you have to do is punch them. If you have knockout proc, it lasts about 5-6 seconds. After you kill a guardian, you get knockout. All of your punches are 1 punch, no matter if you have your melee ability or not. You can just punch people, and every time you kill an enemy combatant, the timer resets. So you could basically go on a punching spree. It's really good with Titans because their main tree is Striker. The Striker tree is so good on Titan. So if you're playing Hunter or Titan, you use your Arc subtree, Arc class, and then you get punches and whatnot. You can get a lot of damage. Warlocks, I would say the best tree for you to use is Solar. Dawnblade, top tree, so you can get that air glide while ADSing. It's really good. But Titans and Hunters, I say use Striker and use that Arc or Thunder Coil, excuse me. Get that 1-tap damage buff, and you will become a god. Now that is basically the loadout you need for Crucible. you want to rewind the video, pause at certain parts to go back and see it, you can. But that's how you get Luna's Howl. Now once you get Luna's Howl, your next step is now to reach Legend. This is the hardest part of the game, I promise you. Reaching Legend is probably the hardest part. If you need help, I'm on PlayStation. I don't know if crossplay works on Destiny. I don't know if they have that. I've never done it or tried it. But I'm on PlayStation. You can add me as always. You see my PSN up there, top left corner, right here, NerfShaolin. You can talk to me. I'll try my best to help you reach Legend. It's a bit difficult, you know what I mean? If you're not like too familiar with Crucible, you got to be extra familiar, because once you get to Legend, the mythic 3s and all that, mythic 2s, the enemies become a bit more sentient and they're a little bit harder to beat. They're all gonna have these Not Forgottens and Aaron Tills and Luna's Howls, all those jazzes. So if you're gonna go for Legend, you have to be ready. You have to know you're good at the game, and you can hit me up, NerfShaolin, and I won't be one of those dumb teammates you get in freelance. I'll help you out. I'll probably go positive. I won't say I'll carry you. I'll try to carry if I need to, but I'm not gonna say that I'll carry you. I'm not the best at Crucible, but hit me up. I'm glad to help. If you need help, if you're tired of playing with the randoms, add me on PlayStation. Text me on PlayStation as well. So when you add me, message me. When you message me, I'll add you, and then we will move on from there. So once you reach Legend, again, use a loadout you're most comfortable with. I would say use the Luna's Howl because it's really good, but if you are seeing that you're not really good with it, bust out Aaron Till. Aaron Tills are really broken in the fusion rifle right now. Bust out anything that you're good with. Reach Legend. Now once you reach Legend, you're done with the hardest part. Now all you have to do is get 3 kills with Luna's Howl. 300 kills, excuse me. You have to get 300 kills with Luna's Howl. It's harder than it sounds. It's not hard, it's longer than it sounds. It took me a while. That's probably one of the longest quest steps that I had to do, was getting kills with that Luna's Howl. That took me a while. But the hardest part was reaching Legend, my bad. The hardest part was reaching Legend. Again, if you need help, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section, leave me a message. But that is how I got Not Forgotten. That is what I believe to be the easiest way to get Not Forgotten. Go ahead and hit that like button. Y'all know. Hit that subscribe button as well. And do not hesitate to ask me for help if you're on PlayStation, man. I respond to comments all the time. I am here for you guys to help and support you. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I am out.